Welcome back. And in today's video, I will be giving you what I think the NFL playoffs will look like in 2019 and in 2020. So, starting off with the wild card and the AFC. I think it will be the Houston versus the Patriots. I think that'll be one. I don't think the Patriots are making it to divisional. I don't think they're gonna have a first round bye. But I do think the Patriots will win that. Chargers versus Jets is my next one. The Jets finally make to the playoffs again, but the Chargers take them over on the wild card. Now going over to the NFC, the wild card in the NFC, Cowboys versus Seahawks. This matchup last year, the Seahawks won. I think it's going to change this year. The Cowboys will win. Eagles versus Packers. Packers will win. Oh yeah, and this is just me guessing who will make it to the playoffs. These teams haven't already made it to the playoffs. But so the Packers and the Cowboys win the wild card in the NFC, and in the AFC, it's the Patriots and the Chargers that win. In the divisional, Browns versus Patriots. Well, this is AFC. Divisional AFC. Browns versus Patriots. Browns take it. Chiefs versus Chargers. Chiefs take it. So both the people with first round byes win there. Divisional. Cowboys versus Saints. Cowboys make a big upset, beat them. And then the Bears beat the Packers. Now, conference championship week. For the AFC is Browns versus Chiefs. I'm taking the Browns. The Browns. And conference championship for the NFC will be Cowboys versus Bears. The Cowboys will stop their upsets the Cowboys, they lose to the Bears. So Browns and Bears in the Super Bowl. Now I will go explain every single game and why I think who they won. But before I do the Super Bowl. Now starting back at AFC wildcard. Houston versus Patriots. Houston's going to be really good this season. Deshaun Watson, still, I hope he doesn't get injured again. And then I think DeAndre Hopkins will just be unstoppable again this season. And, that team really has a solid defense. And then DeAndre Hopkins and Deshaun Watson is just basically really good. Tom Brady and Julian Edelman, Super Bowl MVP Julian Edelman, with their defense, which is still really good, not comparable to their offense. So they got decent running backs. Their secondary is really good. Their secondary is really, really, really good. So but I take the Pats over Houston because they have players. I think their secondary, that's a key part of beating Houston. To stop DeAndre Hopkins, you have to have a really good secondary. And I think they have a good enough, defensive line that can, and linebackers that can blitz. Because Dante Hightower can come in on Deshaun Watson anytime he wants to. So that will be good. Chargers versus Jets. Jets are going to be really good. Le'Veon Bell, Sam Darnold. That's their offense. Mainly that's the main part of their offense. They got really good safety. Really good safety. Made the Pro Bowl last year. Not a lot of people expected him to make the Pro Bowl because he was playing on the Jets, who were getting better from last year, but they nobody was really still nobody was watching them. Yeah, nobody was still watching them. But the Chargers, Phillip Rivers, Keenan Allen. That explains their offense. I mean, Melvin Gordon requesting for a trade is kind of bad. Because, I mean, they do have another good running back, but he's really, really good running back. And then their defense, good secondary. Good secondary. I mean, Quinnen Williams is going to be good because they're playing Le'Veon Bell. That's why Quinnen Williams will be good. Because if they're playing Le'Veon Bell, you obviously need some good defensive linemen. So, Quinnen Williams will be good against the Okay, I just messed up. Quinnen Williams on the Jets. And Le'Veon Bell's on the Jets. So, that, I just messed up that part. But, Quinnen Williams will be good. If Melvin Gordon doesn't end up getting traded, Quinnen Williams will be good for that. And then he'll be good for all their running game. I think that Chargers secondary because with the Jets having a lower offensive receivers, they probably were hoping that in the wild card that they wouldn't have to go up against the team that had a good secondary. But I'm guessing that they're going to go against the Chargers, which they have a really good secondary. So, yeah. I just think the Chargers are going to take it because the secondary the Chargers have versus the Jets not having the greatest receivers in the world. And especially with the younger quarterback like Sam Darnold with that. And then they got Melvin Gordon on defense. They got Melvin Gordon on defense, Joey Bosa. So that's just really, really good that's really, really good. So that's going to be amazing. And so there's going to stop the Jets. NFC wild card. Cowboys versus Seahawks. Cowboys defense. Tyler Lockett is a really good wide receiver, but I think that will be something that will make this game close, I think. Tyler Lockett will. And DK Metcalf will. Russell Wilson with the defensive linemen and linebackers that the Cowboys have, he's going to really need DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett to have a good game because Russell Wilson's going to be running for his life that whole game because of their defense. Yeah, and I think the Seahawks do have Bobby Wags, but I think Zeke will find a way around it. They'll probably try to bring like a pulling guard or something to go get Bobby Wags so Zeke can have some free running room. Like it might open a defensive lineman, but maybe like a pulling guard that maybe that doesn't have a job to block a really good defensive lineman. So he can get Bobby Wags and then Zeke can just try to get through. And then Dak Prescott's going to do good with Amari Cooper, obviously. Amari Cooper's going to be able to do stuff. Amari Cooper's going to go do stuff with Dak Prescott because he'll help Dak Prescott a lot in that game. And I just think if they don't do a pulling guard, this game, Seahawks might win because they really trust on Zeke to do good. And Bobby Wags is what the Seahawks trust on to do good. So if they do a pulling guard on Bobby Wags, I'm not saying that's stopping Bobby Wags. That's slowing him down so Zeke can get yardage, like 5 yards or maybe even like 6, 7. Because Bobby Wagner would just be stopping him like 1 yard, negative yards, if they don't have like a pulling guard or something. Eagles Packers. I thought the Eagles Packers would probably play each other. The Packers are getting better. I think that Aaron Rodgers will be exploding that defense. I know they have a pretty good defense, but they don't have an Aaron Rodgers secondary. They don't have a secondary that can stop Aaron Rodgers. He's just going to be throwing bombs on him all day. So I think the Packers will win. And obviously the Eagles, they're good. I mean, Carson Wentz, he's good but that's Carson Wentz not getting injured. Who's gonna play? If Carson Wentz gets injured, they don't have Nick Foles. The last couple of years, Carson Wentz has got injured either right before the playoffs or for a season. And they don't got Nick Foles to play in the playoffs. So, yeah. I think that's something because Carson Wentz injury concern, getting rid of Nick Foles. But obviously Nick Foles was bad because, he was Super Bowl MVP, but he wasn't going to get a start when he really could have got a starting job anywhere else. I'm actually really glad he's on the Jaguars. It's good for the Jaguars and for him. Divisional, starting off the AFC, Browns versus Patriots. I think we all know the Patriots are good, but the Browns are next level good. They have a really good secondary. Yeah, that's why they were one of the reasons they could stop I doubt they can stop DeAndre Hopkins, but Houston doesn't have enough assets that they can probably triple team or double team DeAndre Hopkins. That's why I had the Patriots beating him. Except for Will Fuller, he's pretty good. But when I'm talking about the Browns, they got Odell, Jarvis, and David Njoku. They don't got enough players to double team all of them. They don't got enough secondary players to double team all of them. So, and Baker's just going to be slinging. And Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb will be there. Say Kareem Hunt's injured, Nick Chubb and Duke Johnson. If Nick Chubb's the one that's injured, Kareem Hunt and Duke Johnson. That's still good running backs. And the Browns' defense, Myles Garrett. I think a lot of this speaks for itself with how good the Browns' defense is. I don't think you understand that last year their defense was one of the best in the league. After they got Freddie Kitchens, because Hugh Jackson. You know how that went. He wasn't that good of a coach. But I think the Browns are winning that. But the Patriots side of things, got a good defense. Dante's going to be trying to rattle Baker a little bit, trying to rattle Baker. If you try to blitz Baker, Baker's just going to do better. That's why you don't blitz Baker. But, that's one of the only reasons you can do. Because if you don't blitz Baker, he's going to take advantage of that. But then if you blitz Baker, he takes advantage of it. So there's not much you can do against Baker, basically what I'm trying to say. Chiefs versus Chargers. My predictions that division will play each other. In the divisional. And my prediction will happen, the Chiefs will win. But Chargers are going to be able to put up a fight. But, I think they'd probably try to get Tyrann Mathieu on Keenan Allen, because that'd be smart. Because, they don't have really cornerbacks for Keenan Allen, prepared for Keenan Allen. So that's why they probably put a corner on him and have, Tyrann Mathieu, in his zone that's, staying back. But it's, basically a man, because he has, man on Keenan Allen, that he has to, make sure Keenan Allen doesn't do anything. I could think they could do that, and Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins. I think that offense speaks for itself. I don't think I have to say anything about that offense. Yes, Chargers good secondary. Not fast enough for Tyreek Hill. And, and Travis Kelce. Who's going to be guarding Travis Kelce? I know they got Joey Bosa and Melvin Gordon. That's going to be good. Bring them to try to blitz him. Patrick Mahomes, can do no look passes. So like it don't matter if you're blitzing him because you gotta get him from the front. You're probably best if you get him from the back, so he tries to throw it forward, throws it while he's looking. But if you get him from the front, he can still throw it back like that. He can still like throw it because he can like throw it sideways. But yeah, and the Chiefs are gonna win. NFC Divisional, Cowboys versus Saints. I think Cowboys gonna win. But remember, the Cowboys might not even make the divisional because this is what I think is going to happen. Zeke. Not much people to stop Zeke, basically. Cameron Johnson. It's the only guy to stop Zeke. And, you know, they're always running it from the opposite. They're going to always run it with the opposite side with Zeke. And they're just going to do that. Their secondary is decent. It's not good enough to do Amari Cooper. Yeah, not good enough for Amari Cooper. And they got a pretty good offensive line, too. So Cameron Johnson might not be a problem. And then... again, Cowboys defense. Saints offense is really good. Alvin Kamara, Drew Brees, Michael Thomas. I mean, the Cowboys got a decent secondary, enough to kind of guard Michael Thomas. I'm thinking this is like a close game, but the thing that really takes it over is Zeke. I think that's going to be really good. And Michael Thomas will be the one scoring for their team. Alvin Kamara is good, but they got really good linebackers that can stop him. Really good linebackers that can stop them. Packers versus Bears. Packers versus Bears. Oh yeah, what's funny is I didn't even put the team that lost in the Super Bowl in the playoffs because I don't think they're making the playoffs this year. But Packers versus Bears. Bears, the other team that had a first round bye. The Bears and the Packers. The Packers, Aaron Rodgers, Randall Cobb, they're good. They're good, not Bears. Able to, like, Adrian Amos, Khalil Mack, and a good secondary, Kyle Fuller, with that secondary, and unable to stop that. I mean, their defense is kind of good, but, I mean, Anthony Miller is going to be really good for Mitchell Trubisky to throw to, and I think, like, Mitchell Trubisky ain't the best quarterback, but with Anthony Miller, young receiver out there, I think that's going to work. So now we're on to the conference. Well, actually, let me talk about the Packers defense. Well, I mean, I mainly said most about it because it's not the greatest, but I mean, it's good. It's not the greatest. But the conference, Browns versus Chiefs, Browns take it. Patrick Mahomes fails to make it to the Super Bowl again. He falls to Baker Mayfield and Odell's Browns. Kareem Hunt, Odell, Jarvis Landry, Baker Mayfield. The Chiefs should have, when they saw what the Browns were doing, should have tried to get a better defense to save their chances to make it to the Super Bowl over the Browns. Because the Browns got so good of an offense, the Chiefs' defense can't even, like, compare. Like, how did the Chiefs make it here? Like, the Browns' offense and defense is both good. The Chiefs got, like, amazing offense, but I don't know what their defense is even doing. Browns is going to score all over them. Not saying the Chiefs ain't going to score all over them, but their defense might be able to stop them once or twice because they got a good enough defense to stop the Chiefs once or twice. So that's what I think. And, I mean, Travis Kelce's going to do good, but, I mean, this defense is good enough to stop him once or twice. Chiefs defense, I don't even know if it's good enough to stop him once. Now, on to the conference for the NFC, Cowboys versus Bears. Sorry, Cowboys. You made it upsets all the way through. You just lose to the Bears. Khalil Mack, I know they got a good offensive line, but not an offensive line good enough to just stop him from getting Zeke. Like I was saying, they could slow down Bobby Wagner. They can't slow down Khalil Mack. He's just coming in and wrecking them. Adrian Amos going to be able to, and Kyle Fuller are going to be able to, slow down Amari Cooper and their receivers. That's going to be good. And when they're not running the ball, Dak Prescott's getting rattled by Khalil Mack. So that's going to be hard to stop. And then the Bears offense, as I was saying, that's going to be a struggle. Mitchell Trubisky getting those linebackers, but, I mean, they're going to be able to do it, I think. Their offense, they got good enough receivers and with good enough running backs that they're going to be able to push through. They're going to be able to push through. The Super Bowl game, Browns versus Bears. I got the Browns winning, Bears fans. Baker Mayfield, David Njoku, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr., Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb. All those players I just named were on offense and now defense. Myles Garrett. I mean, he's really the leader of the defense. And then they got all the decent secondary. Traded their good safety, but who cares? I still think they're going to win the Super Bowl. Khalil Mack will rattle Baker Mayfield. But as I said earlier, Baker Mayfield, when you come pressure him, which I think is going to be a low-scoring game, because I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but like last year's Super Bowl, a low-scoring game 2 years straight. But this year, I think it's going to have more action. There's going to be lots of fumbles and stuff. But because Khalil Mack can come in on Baker, but Adrian Amos and Kyle Fuller is not enough to stop Odell, Jarvis Landry, and David Njoku. That's 2 people on defense to 3 people on offense. And then Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, Khalil Mack is going to be really good against that. But you got to pay attention to Baker, Kareem, and Nick Chubb inside Khalil. I think he's going to do really good in that game, and they're going to work around Khalil Mack and Adrian Amos and Kyle Fuller a lot. But it's not going to be enough. Myles Garrett's going to get to Mitch Trubisky and just rattle him. Mitch Trubisky's never been to not a lot of playoff experience. He's going to get wrecked in the Super Bowl. And Browns are champions. The Browns are going to win the Super Bowl. My prediction is that in the 2019-2020 season, the Browns win the Super Bowl. Bye.